Imagine you're a normal guy who spends all day gooning, but he has a part-time job in a swimming pool where he sees his manager's something and his bankai gets hard and he also get caught and the water around him becomes even more slippery. And you know Taihen protagonists don't fall on flat places, but on huge melons. And the girl is his school life crush who even rejected him. So today I have Water Overflow. I guess you exactly know what's gonna happen in this video, so let's start it. So, the story starts with a beautiful house. This is our boy. The boy's name is Byung-jin, but let's call him Jin. He's focused. Then, he gets a call. Nona is on the call, our boy's mother's friend's daughter. She's an instructor at his father's swimming pool, and she's hot. Jin got a part-time job at the pool to clean, but there's another instructor at the pool besides Nona. He's a bully, and he has a girlfriend. Ooh, nice. Anyway, our boy cleans the pool. Then he sees a girl coming out of the water. The boy recognizes her. That girl's name is Dahi. Jin and Dahi used to go to school together. Jin proposed to her on the last day, but she just moved on. Bro didn't even get an answer. You know that meme. The worst she can say is no, but she didn't even answer. She didn't even say no. Even now, Dahi doesn't recognize Jin, so Jin asks Dahi how she's doing. He's shocked to find that Dahi doesn't even remember him. At first, I thought she was just cold and icy, but this girl's story actually has a twist. Anyway, Jin's sad and embarrassed. He runs away, but running at the pool equals falling. And when there are girls around, anime characters don't fall on the ground, but our Jin fell into the pool. With the girl, he rips his clothes, child of prophecy. Jin comes up out of the pool and sees a girl in a swimsuit. Oh, sorry, I said it wrong. Jin sees a hottie in a swimsuit. I'm telling you, I can feel this picture. And what about me? Even Jin got hard there. He even got exposed too. But this girl is interested in something. She talks a little, and we learn the girl's name is Park. She swims a little. Jin finishes his work properly. Then, she suddenly asks him to help. Park has a cramp in the pool. Getting a cramp in the pool is normal. I did swimming, and I know that getting a cramp in your foot while swimming is common. But yes, Jin goes to help Park. But Park doesn't need help from Jin. She needs something else. What would you do in this situation? Yes, Jin would have done the same. But then, that bully shows up. His name is Sun. He interrupts them and gives Jin some chores. This guy ruined the mood for Jin, me, and also you. Jin is doing his job. Sun calls him over. When Jin goes there, he sees Sun with his girlfriend. Sun called Jin on purpose to make him jealous. See what I'm doing? Whatever. The day ends, and Jin goes home. He sees that his landlady sent a message on his phone. She says there's been a leak on the first and second floors. Come home from work and meet her on the third floor. Jin lives on the first floor. He's never been to the second or third floors, so he meets his landlady for the first time today. And guys, I also want to meet the landlady. I also want to rent from now on. Anyway, the landlady says there was a leak on the third floor that caused problems on the first and second floors. Now, she gives Jin two options. Either she'll give Jin a month's rent and he stays somewhere else while it's fixed, because it'll take at least a month. Or Jin will stay with the landlady on her floor for a month. The landlady will provide his food and meals. Look, the landlady can provide food and water. She has a lot. Jin decides to stay. There will also be a boy with him who used to live on the second floor. We don't need to know that boy's name. Anyway, that boy shows Jin both rooms. Then a girl comes to the landlady and asks if she can have ramen. A girl comes into the house and the landlady scolds her. I told you so many times to be home on time. When Jin sees the two girls, one is Park and the other is Dahi. Yes, they all live together. Here, we learn that Park is actually the landlady's daughter. Dahi used to live on the second floor, but because of the leak, she has to stay with the landlady now. Everyone goes to sleep, but Park tells Jin there's a store nearby where she'll meet him. Jin and Park meet. They drink a little. Jin's imagination is powerful. He sees Park in house clothes, but he imagines her in a swimsuit. This is conqueror imagination. Even Luffy can't do this. Park goes to the restroom. Jin waits outside. Park comes back quickly and says the path to the restroom inside the store is dark. There's no light. Can you walk with me? I'll feel safer. Jin goes and waits outside the restroom, but Park pulls him inside. You know what's going to happen, right? Come on! They're going to finish what they started in the pool. But meanwhile, Dahi is in the store buying ramen. She starts to eat, but the cashier says a girl went into the restroom and hasn't come out for a long time. If Dahi doesn't mind, could she check on the girl? Dahi goes to check. She finds a card lying outside the restroom and she hears the voice of the girl inside. Which voice? You know. And like you, Dahi also figures out what's happening behind that door. She tells the cashier. The cashier says, yes, this is common here. All this happens. Which store is this? I also want to go to the store. After a while, Park and Jin come out. They did some good work. Dahi sees Park, but she can't see Jin. But she realizes the girl in the restroom was Park. Remember, Dahi found a card. The card belongs to a staff member at the pool. That staff member is Jin. After a while, she understands who Park was with. Now the morning scene. The landlady is making breakfast for everyone. Another girl joins for breakfast. Sun's girlfriend. Bro, the spiritual pressure in this room is very heavy. But yes, everyone goes to work except Jin. He's tired and goes to sleep. He dreams about what he did yesterday. In his dream, he imagines Park and Dahi also in the pool. The landlady is working on the other side. While doing that, Jin comes into the room. He sees that Jin's bankai is hard. He himself tries to control it. But the spiritual pressure of our Jin is so high that the landlady will give rent to Jin with her own mouth. He's imagining that in the dream. Dahi and Park are licking him, but in reality, someone else is licking him. Something happens here I can't tell you because you know more than me. But yes, Jin wakes up and sees no one around because as soon as the time came, the landlady ran away. Then Jin goes to the pool and works. He tells Nona that he lost his card by mistake. Dahi hears their conversation. That confirms Jin was with Park yesterday. Sun sees a card in Dahi's hand and says, "Is that a staff card? Did you steal it? Come to the corner. I have some work with you." Sun tries to take advantage of Dahi, but there's timing. Jin arrives and saves her. He gets beaten a little. To save her, Nona comes. She warns Sun not to bother Jin. Jin is special to her. After that, Nona gives the card back to Jin. Jin returns home and finds the house empty, but strange noises come from a room. Jin goes there and sees the landlady doing something. The landlady sees him. Jin quickly runs to his room. Back to the pool, Nona tells Sun off. Sun gets angry and goes to talk to Park. While Sun and Park are going somewhere, his girlfriend sees him. Sun and Park go to the room to talk, but Sun didn't come to talk. He came to do something else. Sun and Park start a little, but when Park sees Sun's size, she literally refuses him. Bro, that was an ad. Use it first, and then believe it. Here, Park didn't even use it. Park tells Sun about Jin's size. Sun is scared. When Park comes out of that room, Jisoo stands in front of him. Sun, bro, you have a lot to explain now. On the other side, we see the landlady. Jin comes to tell her, whatever you saw, you're not going to tell anyone. Jin agrees. After the landlady leaves, she collapses. Jin sees her all blue. He helps pick her up, and the landlady grabs Jin's third leg. Then, on the bodies of Jin and the landlady, those things we call clothes. I don't see them then. And I'm not kidding. She's teaching Jin how to do it properly. I'm telling you, if the landlady opens tuition, I'll sign up. Jin can do a little bit. But then Jin's roommate comes, and they quickly pull apart. Then Jin gets a call. Sun is calling him to clean the pool. Jin goes, and he meets Dahi along the way. Dahi thanks him for saving her from Sun, and she tells him to be a little stronger. Jin finishes cleaning, then sees Sun's girlfriend, Jisoo, drunk. She asks Jin to take her to the restroom. Jin is taking her, but this time, the girl falls on Jin. No, on Jin's stuff. She's drunk. Jin takes off her underwear, and in this situation, her boyfriend, Sun, sees them. Sun asks Jisoo what's going on. Jisoo says, you hang out with other girls too. So Sun ends the relationship. Here, Jisoo reveals something I didn't like. She was acting. She wasn't drunk. She was just trying to make her boyfriend jealous. That's why she used Jin. When Jin understands this, he gets very angry. He goes crazy that everyone uses him all the time. The poor guy comes home tired and sees no one waiting for him, except the landlady who didn't sleep. Dinner's done, but dessert is still left, my friend. So the landlady and Jin go a lot of rounds. We also see Jisoo can't sleep. Not because the relationship broke, but because she's in shock looking at Jin's size. So she comes out for water and hears noises from the landlady's room. Jin is not tired at all, but the landlady is tired. Like he is not even tired. I want this superpower. But yes, Jisoo figures out a little that the landlady is with Jin. She's in shock that the landlady is with a loser. But yes, Jin isn't stopping. His machine isn't stopping. Tell him it's been 4 to 5 chapters, but he's not stopping. The landlady, impressed with Jin, tells him to come to her every day. Now Jisoo goes back to her room and tries to sleep, but she can't. Her roommate Dahi gets irritated with Jisoo and decides to sleep outside. Finally, Jin and the landlady are done. Jin comes out of the landlady's room. Dahi sees him and asks why he's coming out of the landlady's room at 1 a.m. Jin tries to act cool. The next day, Jin is cleaning the pool. Jisoo approaches him. She apologizes for the other day and takes him somewhere. Park sees them. Jisoo apologizes for yesterday. She saw Jin's yesterday, so she shows herself today. By the way, this is the right way to do the math. And seeing her watermelons, Jin gets hard. So she demands to see Jin's. Now they have a little start. On the other side, Sun asks Park if she was joking about Jin's size. Park's telling the truth. In fact, she says she saw Jisoo and Jin going somewhere earlier. Sun goes to see, and what he didn't want to see, he sees. Jin Jin notices Sun watching them, but Jisoo's in the mood and Jin will tease Sun, so he tells Jisoo to start. But Jisoo says, such a big thing won't fit in the mouth. So I have something else to offer. Sun can't tolerate this. He comes to kill Jin for what he's doing with his girlfriend, but Jisoo clarifies, I am not your girlfriend. She walks away. For the first time in his life, Jin teases Sun. Look, Sun, your girl is more impressed with me. Sun runs out to stop Jisoo. Jisoo tells him Jin is much bigger than you. He breaks both his heart and L. But then Park comes into the restroom, and Park and Jin start there. Nona comes looking for Jin and finds them in the restroom together. Park is so embarrassed, she asks Nona, wanna join us? Nona walks away, but Park and Jin aren't done yet. Nona is amazed by Jin's size. After a while, Jin and Park's session ends, and Jin gets some advice from Park. The first advice Park gives is to fix his hairstyle. After that, Jin goes home. On his way, Jisoo meets him and asks for his number. Jin gives it. He comes home and sees everyone sleeping, but not the landlady. But today, Jin refuses the landlady and goes to sleep. What do you think? Did he lose? Jin goes to sleep. He gets 2 messages, one from the landlady and one from Jisoo, both calling him to their rooms. The boy refuses the landlady and goes to Jisoo's room, which will be his defeat. Jisoo tells him he can't go inside her. In fact, she makes fun of Jin. I'm glad Jisoo insulted him, because at least Jin understands what kind of girl Jisoo is. Jin realizes and starts to leave, but this time, Jisoo offers again. But now, Jin refuses her. On the other side, poor Sun can't sleep. He dreams about Jin with his girlfriend. To get revenge, he targets Dahi. Work starts on the 2nd floor, so there's a lot of noise outside. On the 3rd floor, where all our people live, the restroom door is a little broken. The lock doesn't work. That day, Jin wakes up because of the noise and runs to the restroom without knocking, since the lock's broken. Dahi is bathing in the restroom. Jin quickly looks at Dahi and runs away. Jin tells Nona to learn swimming in the evening. Nona shows a lot of interest. That night, everyone's eating. Jin appears with a new haircut. Everyone's stunned. That night, Jin gets messages from Park and Jisoo. Jin goes to Park. Park calls him to the room and directly rejects Jisoo. Park calls Jin to the room because she likes to do stormy things in the open. Weird fantasy, but okay fantasy after all. She's also teaching Jin everything. Bro, where can I get such a teacher? The next day, Jisoo calls Jin in front of Sun. Sun is in shock. Is that Jin? Jin rejects Jisoo in front of everyone. Now I'm working to come later. Poor both are in shock. He tells Jisoo, if you want to talk to me, meet me in the dressing room after work. Jisoo meets him and apologizes, but Jin doesn't want an apology. He says, if you want me to forgive you, then start listening to me. Jisoo agrees. They start there. Sun gets angry and tells Dahi that Jin is calling her to the dressing room, which is a lie. But Nona gets worried and goes there. Nona sees Jisoo and Jin and doesn't let Dahi come either. Then, in the evening, Nona asks Jin to teach swimming. They start stretching, but the boy slips and falls. But where did he fall? Option 1, in the water. Option 2, on the ground. Option 3, on the girl. The right answer is that Jin fell here. Where are you all falling? Then Nona tells him to come in the pool. He falls again. This time, his shot falls off. After that, there are a few scenes of him and Nona. Nona talks to him, which I understood. Nona has never done it before. Yes, what they're doing. Looking at that, I'll say this is Water Overflow. For the first time, they're doing something in water. While they're doing this, Sun sees Jin and Nona. He's so frustrated because Jin took everything from him. He tries to take photos to blackmail them, but his phone slips from his hand. Bro, his fate, his girl, his phone, everything fell. After this, Jin goes home. He goes to take a bath, and the landlady is waiting for him in the restroom. She says it's been a long time. She can't control it, so Jin and the landlady start, but the restroom lock is still broken. While they're doing this, Jin's roommate, who is a little drunk, comes in. They quickly hide in the bathtub, but the roommate doesn't see them. When he leaves, he turns off the light. Now see whether there's light or not. But the snake has a hole, so he went into the hole. I mean, there are a few more rounds. Then the light comes on, and Park has come into the restroom. By the way, I realize Jin is smashing both mother and daughter. Wow. Park thinks there's someone behind the curtain. Before she sees him, her mother comes out. The landlady covers everything. Park leaves. Then, the landlady and Jin start again. Park notices her mother's clothes were lying in the restroom, and Jin's clothes were also there. A little doubt. At this point, Jin and the landlady finish. The landlady leaves, and as Jin takes a bath, he sees Dahi standing in front of him. One goes, the other comes. He's completely naked, hiding with his t-shirt, and tries to run out. But Dahi stops him this time. No, don't think wrong. She doesn't want anything. She stopped Jin because Jisoo is standing outside the gate this time. Hey, do they all have to pee at the same time at night? Now Dahi and Jin wait in the restroom, and Jisoo goes out and sleeps. They don't know. Jin puts his clothes back on in the restroom, but slips in the bathtub. This time, he fell on nothing, but he got Dahi's underwear in his hand. As soon as Jin fell, Jisoo got up and came to the restroom without stopping. When she comes, there's no one. She thinks Dahi must have left, but actually, Jin and Dahi are sitting at the bathtub. Oh, sorry man, I said it wrong here. Jin is sitting in the tub, and Dahi is sitting on Jin. But yes, nothing's happening here right now. After a while, Jisoo goes out, and Dahi and Jin come out comfortably. The next day, Jin and Nona start in a room, and this time, Park joins, where you've understood what happens. They do so much that both girls are tired, but the boy isn't. I don't know what workout routine does he follow. On the other side, Sun apologizes to Dahi, not because he's actually sorry, but to get sympathy, and then asks her on a date. Dahi says yes. At this point, a new girl enters the story who asks Jin about pool membership. Sun interferes. Jin goes to the girl's restroom while cleaning a head. How? There he sees Dahi's locker open for some reason. There are only panties lying there. Jin starts smelling her panties and is caught by Dahi. Then, a new girl comes to the locker room with a bodyguard. The girl doesn't see them, so Jin and Dahi hide in Dahi's locker. You know what happens in this situation. Everything is wrong, but the new girl leaves. Dahi still doesn't open the locker, because she now wants Jin to lick her. The boys don't miss the opportunity. Their kissing and licking ends. Park is standing outside and understands what happened. Everyone starts going there, but Jin thinks about what he did with Dahi, and his bunkai gets a little hard. Then, the new girl runs over, falls on Jin, and then drops her melons on his face. Where does this fall happen? Fall on me. Now, a new character has come to the pool, our landlady. What will she do next? We'll see that in part 2. Now we've covered some chapters. There are 50 to 60 chapters left. We'll cover those in part 2. I'll tell you, if you watched part 1, don't skip part 2 at all. There's a lot in it. A lot will be revealed in the story. The landlady's backstory is a bit sad. Dahi's backstory is very sad. In the next chapter, our boy will go crazy. Park, Jisoo, Dahi, the landlady, a doctor and a nurse, and Nona. This boy will be tied up with them in the next part, so don't miss the next part at all. It'll come next or next week. But I hope you enjoyed this video so far. Thank you for watching. See you in more videos like this.